Hey, welcome everybody to week 4 of McGee's Super Sluggers League. Today we got 4 new matchups that have not been played yet. This is a divisional week, so we're going to start out with a great game between the Monsters and the Monarchs, followed up by a battle of the Caps in the Fireballs and the Muscles, and again with the Knights and Spitballs, and closing it out with the Wilds and the Flowers. If you haven't been keeping up with the league so far, the current standings overall are the Flowers, followed by the Muscles, Spitballs, then Fireballs, and then the Wilds, Monsters, Monarchs, and Knights. Overall, the Capped Conference has done significantly better than the Beauties and the Beasts. However, maybe we will see that. Actually, I guess we won't see that change tonight because it's a divisional round. My brain's kind of shitting itself. I might have None Trick Pony Logan, one of my boys, hop in and cast with me at some point. If he's decides to. But until then, we're gonna get started quickly and right off to the races with game 1 between the Monsters and the Monarchs. Let's get this going. I really hope it does the 2 CPUs, otherwise I'm going to be really sad. But I think I've done enough that I've just made that work every time now. So, yeah, we're off to the races. First pitch of the game, and Sabrina Carpenter swings right away. And will find a solid single to lead off the game. Peach is going to dip one down, and Bowser will be able to throw that to first. However, Sabrina Carpenter will advance. I'm sorry for the black screen there for a second. My game be bugging. Green Shy Guy now up to the plate, looking to advance the runners here. Trying to make that leadoff hit from Sabrina Carpenter means something, and he will find his way into the outfield with that, and that will be a single for him. Birdo coming up to the plate now with an RBI chance already in the game. Does have an item to follow it up to. And a star pitch coming out from Bowser here means we're going to see the first strikeout of the game as Bowser takes down Birdo, and now Blue Guy with an opportunity to drive in a run. He's been one of the worst hitters as well in this league. I think he has 1 of 10, I think it was. And he proves that he's still one of the worst hitters in this league as he finds himself a quick line drive out to Boo on third base. We're going to get to go into the bottom of the first here and see the first at-bat from this Monster squad. Greenbones has been one of the best leadoff hitters in the league so far, and he will continue that trend as he finds himself a leadoff single. Koopa Troopa has been pretty solid, but has been known to hit some double plays. If we can avoid a double play here, it would be majorly impactful for the Monsters. And right as I say that, oh no, he hits a double play as Green Guy makes a wonderful jumping grab. Blue Guy now will hit another, or Blue Guy, sorry, Blue Bones. Still too early in the morning, man. And Berta will suck up that pitch, and that will be it for the bottom of the first. Blooper going to be coming up as the first batter on this Monarch side, and he will not be able to find a leadoff hit as Greenbones gets under that one and takes away that first out. We know how deadly Bowser can be up on that mound. So it is good to see this Monarch squad getting some hits in. And Toadette will be able to find herself a double, which puts a runner in scoring position for Pink Yoshi. Pink Yoshi's going to charge and make good contact with one here, and that ball's going to get into the outfield. Toadette's going for home. Will she make it? Yes, she will, as Toadette finds the first run of the game, and the Monarchs are on the board. A wonderful hit from Pink Yoshi to drive in an RBI, and a close play at the plate is secured by Toadette's spin. Baby Peach now up to bat just after that first RBI comes out from Pink Yoshi, and she will be able to advance Pink Yoshi to second, but is not able to get on base herself, and that puts Sabrina Carpenter up to bat with a runner in scoring position. And just like that, the inning is over as Sabrina Carpenter finds herself out. Bowser's going to be the leadoff hitter here, and he's going to crush one absolutely deep. Will it be high enough? Yes, it will, as the buddy jump from Sabrina Carpenter and Pink Yoshi is unable to catch that ball, and that means that Bowser will get the Monsters on the board and immediately take away this Monarchs lead as he finds himself a solo shot to right field. That's a reason why he's been we've claimed him to be one of the best power hitters in the league all season. Yeah, Bowser is like Springer, man. It's a Springer dinger. It's a Bowser dinger. That's one of the reasons we've taken some days off here. I know we missed the last week of games. There was not games last week, and that's partially due to the our little brother league in the MLB is in the middle of their playoffs now, and we really wanted to let them have their moment and let them shine. As I'm talking here, we do see Dry Bones make his way to second base, and one out comes, and Boo's going to be able to find a hit into right field here, and that will advance Dry Bones all the way to third, which means there is a great RBI chance for Goomba here with an opportunity to take the lead early in the bottom of the second. 2 outs still to play, so a squeeze play is available, but it does not look like this will be attempted, and a charge hit coming out from Goomba. That ball is going to make it perfectly into right field, and Dry Bones will make it all the way home with Boo advancing to third, and the Monsters have taken their first lead of the game off of an RBI single from Goomba. Green Paratroopa, another one of those batters. I think I'm more prone to point this out for the bad hitters than the good hitters, but he's shown a lack of success. But as I'm saying that, he will prove me directly wrong as he finds a nice ground ball up the middle that will squeeze through that second baseman. Yeah, it's John's Monarchs and the Fruit Loop Monsters. So Fruit Loops, Bowser's squad, he's the general manager, and John is the squad of the Monarchs. You can tell because John picked the most down bad team available. And I'm just talking over some major plays here as Green Bones finds himself another RBI single as Goomba makes his way home, and this lead has expanded to 4-1 with Peach already tired on the mound. Green Koopa Troopa now looking to keep this run going. He will look at that first pitch and follow the next one up with a big hit into left field, and that will be... It will be another RBI as Green Paratroopa makes his way home and wins out that close play at the plate to bring this lead to 5-1. The catchers are just being hit over today as we've already had 2 close plays. And Peach will be swapped off of the mound in the second inning. That puts Birdo up to the plate. Blue Bones, though, going to crush one into right field, and that looks like it's gone. That's a 3-run homer. This is an 8-run inning for this monster squad. Blue Bones is finding a beautiful 3-run shot here. And that will expand this lead to 7. And Bowser, despite leading off the inning, is back up to the plate. He will be caught swinging on this star pitch from Birdo. But he will follow that up with a big hit into right field. It does not look like that's gone. That hits the top of the wall, and he will not decide to try and push this into a double, as he is one of the slowest runners in the game. Dry Bones looking to follow this up again, and that ball is absolutely crushed. It looks like it could be saved by a buddy jump, and that it will be, as Sabrina Carpenter is able to come down with that one, and Bowser will have to retreat all the way back to first. Not that I think that's that disappointing for this monster squad. They have gone through their entire batting order this inning alone and more, as we are on the 12th batter of the inning. And as I say that, Hulk Hogan hits a ground ball directly into Green Guy, who will get him out at first base, and they will get out of the inning, but not until after they give up 8 runs. I don't know if that wording made any sense. I feel like it probably didn't. It's okay. It made sense in my brain. Peach here up to the plate, leading off for this monster squad, as she finds herself a single, trying to get the Monarchs rolling here and give them something to cheer for. A star pitch coming out from Bowser, and that will catch Green Guy swinging. He will not use another one, though, and that ball is going to be hit into the outfield. It will get by Green Koopa Troopa, and that allows Peach to head all the way home, as Green Guy finds himself an RBI double and will close this gap to 6. Still a major gap, but you can see that they have not been discouraged from trying to come back into this game, and that's what you love to see if you're going to see a big inning like we just had from the monster squad. Another star pitch coming out here from Bowser, and Birdo will be swinging at air. Another regular pitch following it up, and the exact same thing will happen. That ball makes it deep into the outfield, and that will be an RBI single for Birdo, and this lead is cut to 5. It's great to see some offense coming out from these two teams. I think so far they are the 7th and 6th teams. 6th and 7th. Oh, I can't believe I just did that. It's okay. My brain went to the joke. Not important. They are the 6th seed and the 7th seeded teams currently in the standings. And Blooper is going to ground out into a double play, which will get the first 2 outs of the inning for this monster squad and potentially get them free without giving up another run. Toadette will ground one out to that shortstop, and that will do it for the inning. They are able to find 2 runs to try and close this gap, but it is still not enough. They have plenty of work to do and only 4 innings to do it. Boo coming up to the plate here with Birdo on the mound. Birdo has one of the best star pitches as well in this game, similarly to Bowser, and Peach making a nice diving grab there will get that first out of the inning for Birdo. Goomba coming up to the plate. Earlier he had an RBI single to right field, or was it a double? No, it was a single. Sorry, I'm tripping over nothing here. Green Paratroopa up to the plate now as Birdo's finds 2 quick outs and is doing a significantly better job than last inning. Peach with a wonderful diving grab, and that will allow her to find the out at first, and Birdo gets a nice 3-up, 3-down inning, keeping the Monarchs alive and kicking. We now have the bottom of the order here, the 8-9-1 in Pink Yoshi, going to be leading off for this Monarch squad, and he will find himself a double to open up the inning and putting a runner in scoring position immediately for Baby Peach. And also not creating lots of opportunity for a double play, so him pushing that into a double is incredibly impactful for this Monarch squad. But as I say it, Baby Peach will find a way through, and despite that, she will get thrown out at first. Pink Yoshi is able to advance to third, though, so practically any hit will score a run here, or anything deep into the outfield. Sabrina Carpenter here is not going to be able to get that one over top of Dry Bones, who will make a nice sliding, diving grab to get the second out of the inning. Bowser is tired, though, and with Peach up to the plate, you almost recommend switching, but they will not, and Peach capitalizes off that, finding herself an RBI single to decrease this lead to 4, as Pink Yoshi makes it all the way home. You gotta wonder, when is the time to pull out Bowser, and right as I'm saying it, he is coming out of the game. Boo comes up to the mound to relieve him of his duties, trying to find one more out to escape the 4th here. Will find a nice strike right off the bat, and a powerful hit from Green Guy, but it will go right into Bowser's chest, and he will gobble that up all day to get that 3rd out and end the inning. Green Bones here leading off for this monster squad. This is back to the top of the order, and a single to lead off the inning. I mentioned it earlier, he's one of the best leadoff hitters in the league. I believe he was like 9 for 11 to lead off innings so far this season, which is wonderful. But once again, similarly to his first at bat, he will be immediately taken off of the bases as a double play from Green Koopa Troopa comes out, and Blue Bones will follow it up this time with a nice single to get on base for their cleanup hitter in Bowser. We've already seen him hit one into right field today, and he's going to crush another one right down the middle. Will that make it all the way? I don't even think it's close. That ball is absolutely gone, and that is a 2-run shot for Bowser and his monsters, able to find themselves a 6-run lead due to that 2-run shot. That's already 3 RBI on the day for Bowser. Or was it 4? Why am I blanking? No, it was a Blue Bones home run, so it was 3. Dry Bones here coming up. He's had a successful day getting on base so far too, and he will start that out with a nice single to find himself on the bases as Birdo is showing signs of exhaustion, and that may stunt the capability of a comeback here for this Monarch squad. But Birdo will start out with a star pitch here, getting that first strike, and then this ball is tapped into Peach's arms by Hulk Hogan, and that will do it for the inning. Birdo going to be the leadoff hitter here, and immediately will swing on that first pitch, and that will do wonderful to get all the way into left field and in between the outfielders with that Boo ability. That means that Birdo finds herself in a scoring position right off the bat. Blue Guy, who's been incredibly inconsistent so far this year, and not what you want to see in the 5-hole, will repeat that same instance, but due to a misplay by Bowser, he will find himself a single and get onto base as Bowser didn't throw the ball. Oh no! A disaster for this monster side, and Blooper looking to capitalize, and that ball will get through the middle as Dry Bones isn't able to get it with that sliding grab, and that means the bases are loaded for Toadette. Not the person you ideally want to see when you have the bases loaded, but she's been somewhat consistent, at least on getting onto base, as long as you don't hit anything on the ground inside, and she will do just that, and that will be a double play, but at least 1 run finds its way onto the board, and this lead is cut to 5. Pink Yoshi, if he's able to get a hit here, that would bring in one more run, and that would cut the lead down to 4. That would be incredible for this Monarch squad, and he will do just that as Green Bones is unable to make the play, and an RBI double for Pink Yoshi here. I think that's his 3rd RBI of the game. And that lead is now cut back down to 4. We see that this Monarch squad is yet to give up and sacrifice this game. Baby Peach up to the plate, trying to find a way to bring in another run, and she might just do just that she will do just that as Pink Yoshi finds their way all the way home, and this lead is cut down to 3. Boo is already tired on the mound, which means somebody else is going to have to come into pitch soon. But we've known that the Boos have limited stamina and are unable to do too much. Dry Bones will make a nice sliding grab to get them out of the inning, but it's not without letting this lead be cut in half from 6 to 3. The Monsters do still have some opportunities here, as they have the bottom of the 5th to expand upon this lead, and Birdo's going to be called off the mound right away, and that puts Baby Peach onto the mound. Baby Peach, obviously not the most powerful pitcher in the world, but we'll see what she's able to do, and she will start that out by getting a ground ball out of Boo right into Peach's arms, and that will find that first out of the inning. Goomba now will repeat almost the exact same hit, and that will find the second out of the inning. We are at the 9 hole for this Monster squad. We are at the weakest part of this order, so we'll see if Baby Peach is able to keep this efficiency up once we get back into the top of the order. But until then, we will have to wait until then, as Green Paratroopa is also hit out into Peach, and that will do it for the inning. Just like that, 3 up, 3 down, 4 pitches is all it took for Baby Peach to get those 3 outs. Peach back to being the leadoff hitter here, and things will not go her way this time, as Dry Bones is able to make the play from that shortstop position to find that first out of the inning. Boo is still pitching through the exhaustion, and Green Guy, trying to capitalize on it, will not be able to, as it once again is easily fielded by Dry Bones, and that will be the second out of the inning. Birdo coming up to the plate, and that ball is absolutely crushed. This might just be a home run. Will the buddy jump make it there in time? No, it will not. A solo shot for Birdo will find this lead cut down to 2, and suddenly we have a ball game, folks. A great attempt on the buddy jump from this outfield. We've seen how much this outfield can do already this year, as they had some amazing games already. But they will fall slightly short today, as they have been unable to get much done out there. Green Koopa Troopa is going to come up to the mound, and Blue Guy will take advantage of that center fielder being pulled out of his ideal location and find himself a single. That will be followed up by a double from Blooper. That might just be an RBI if Blue Guy decides to go. Blue Guy's going for it all the way, and there will not even be a throw home. This lead is cut to 1. Who could have expected this? They've made this comeback all the way after giving up 8 runs in the bottom of the 2nd. And that weak arm from Boo is not doing them any favors after being swapped into the outfield. There is still an RBI chance here for Toadette. And with only this out to work with in the inning, we'll see if they're able to get anything done. But Toadette will hit right into Blue Bones' chest, and that will find the next out and end the top of the 6th. Monsters once again going to be looking to expand this lead. We're back to the top of the order for them. We'll see if this top of the order is more equipped to take care of Baby Peach's pitching. Green Bones here looking to start that off, and he will be caught swinging at that second pitch, which puts him down in a 0-2 hole. But it will not matter, as that leadoff double will come out from Green Bones. And that is majorly impactful that it's a double and not a single, because that means that the double play potential for Green Koopa Troopa is significantly decreased, and we've already seen 2 of those double plays today. And despite me saying that, there will still be a double play ball from Green Koopa Troopa. He has had one of his worst performances to date, one of the worst hitting performances to date, and Blue Bones will find himself a single to get on base for the cleanup for the man with 2 home runs already on the day. The captain of this monster squad, Bowser, and that ball is absolutely crushed. Will he be able to get a 3rd home run? I think the buddy jump is there in time, and yes, it is, as Sabrina Carpenter is able to make the play in deep center field and take away a home run here from Bowser, despite those flames raining down. That will keep this lead at 1, which means the Monarchs do have a chance to bring this game into extras or to take the lead here in the 7th. We're going to start it off with Pink Yoshi up to bat. Not the ideal part of the lineup as we're at the bottom, and Pink Yoshi will hit that first pitch and ground out towards Dry Bones. That puts Baby Peach up onto the plate. And good contact here, but it looks like it may just be too far into the outfield, and Green Paratroopa will clean that up easily. That means we are at 2 outs and 1 run is still needed. Sabrina Carpenter is going to be charging here, trying to find anything. And that will not be what's needed, as that ball goes straight into Green Bones' arms, and that will do it for Game 1 of Week 4 of the McGee Super Sluggers League. We have a close victory for this monster squad here. I gotta really fix my shit so I don't get those pop-ups, man. Whatever. It's okay. MVP here, no surprise on this one. It is Bowser, the man who hit 2 home runs. Looking at that wonderful 115 score, we also saw that 3-run shot from Blue Bones, which explains his 90 in the batting. And once again, that leadoff hitter in Green Bones getting a 70 in the batting is wonderful for this monster squad. We take a look at the other side here, and there really isn't a lot that stands out. I mean, Birdo had a solid game. Not really able to find the pitching she needed to, but with 80 batting and a solo shot of her own, and then Pink Yoshi doing a wonderful job up until that last inning from the plate. Very unfortunate, but it will not. No, wait, my brain is failing. Either way, that's Game 1. We're going to head on to Game 2 in just a second here. I'm just going to mark this in on my little thing here so that I remember the score. Who's the first team? Monsters. Wow, I looked away and it turned into a close one. That it did. There was a close battle all the way back there. You saw that comeback attempt from the Monarchs. You love to see that. Kept it interesting for me, as I was a little afraid we'd have another blowout and I would be sitting here bored as shit, losing my mind. But it did not happen today. So thank God for that. That being said, now that we're back on this new screen, we're gonna get ready for Game 2 between the Fireballs and the Muscles. The Muscles are one of our 2 undefeated teams so far in the league. They have had 1 major blowout victory against, I believe. Oh wait, why am I blanking? Against the Monarchs? I'm pretty sure it was against the Monarchs that they had a major blowout victory. And then a close victory over the Knights and a close victory over the Wilds the other day. Whereas the Fireballs are coming off a tough and unfortunate loss to the Flowers, who are the other undefeated team so far in the league. So we'll see. We're gonna quickly take a second. Sorry, just responding to some messages from some of the general managers. As the commissioner may have made some mistakes heading into this week, but that's not too important. It's fine. You know, end of the day, as the commissioner, I'm just gonna do whatever I think, and you know, that is one of the powers of being in charge. Love doing that. If somebody were to say I support dictatorship, I would be like, no, I don't. Unless I'm the dictator. So, yeah. I wouldn't want to be a dictator. That was a joke. No, I would love to be a dictator, actually. That would be so much fun. Think about how cool that would be, man. That would be pretty damn fucking cool. I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about here. We're pulling up the lineups and we're setting them. And then we will head into this second game of the day between the Fireballs and the Muscles. Yeah. Sometimes I need like an off switch. Like somebody's got to tell me to shut the fuck up because I got to stop talking now. Fuck me, man. Okay. I will say, whenever I listen to this music in the, like, team select screens, dude, I lose my mind. Like, it makes me lose my mind. This is actually going to be one of our more interesting matchups because one of the things between these squads is they have some of these very similar players, just of different colors. Okay, for example, a primary example of that is the Critters. Fireballs have red Critter, and the Muscles have Critter. Similarly, the Fireballs have red Pianta, and the Muscles have Pianta. So, maybe we'll get to see which of those... I guess maybe I shouldn't say the superiority of colors. I feel like that's not a good talking point today, guys. Seriously, somebody's got to get me a fucking off switch, man. Another thing of note going into this game is one of the things we've seen is that this this Muscle squad has been putting King K. Rool in as their starting pitcher, and then Wario's coming in as a relief pitcher, and Wario has actually been one of, if not, actually I'm pretty sure is the best pitcher by an absurd margin Like, he has done superb. In his first 2 games, he didn't give up a run. He did end up giving up a run in his most recent game against the Wilds, but he has been flawless in 2 of his 3 games, and even against the Wilds on a very small stadium like Daisy Cruiser, only giving up a few runs is still quite impressive. So it's great to see that. We will see. Sorry, I'm like still struggling. Red Pianta's the first baseman. Red Noki right field. Sorry, we're almost there. We're almost there, I swear to you. Okay, after all this time, it looks like we are in fact ready. Taking a little bit of time here. And we will get a matchup now between the Fireballs and the Muscles, taking place on Daisy Cruiser. That will be the first of 2 games on Daisy Cruiser today. And we're going to start with seeing this Fireballs roster on defense. We've seen King K. Rool have an absurd performance on this map last week, as he was able to, I believe, have 4 home runs in the game against the Wilds. I might be wrong, it may have been 3. I'm pretty sure it was 4 though. And despite us not seeing that today, he will find himself a leadoff single. Critter will follow that up with a fly ball to center field. And that will be the first out for Mario. Blue Pianta, another true power hitter here, hitting one into right field, and it will not make it further enough as Red Noki is able to get herself under that ball and get the second out of the inning. Wario now up to the plate. He will find himself a nice little tap down the middle, but it will not make it through the infield as Red Magic-Koopa gathers that and sends it over to first for the third out of that first inning. And that will do it for the Muscles offense, unable to get themselves on the board. Red Critter going to be the leadoff hitter here for this Fireball roster, and a great jumping grab by Blue Pianta to find that first out. Yoshi will hit a ball right up the middle, but a great diving grab by Critter, and that will be the second out of the inning. 2 pitches, 2 outs so far for King K. Rool. He is a good pitcher with power, but he doesn't have a lot of control over that ball and has a very limited stamina pool, so we'll see how long he stays on the mound today. I don't think we've seen him out there for more than 2 innings in a game yet. And with Mario finding his way on, we probably won't see much more than that again today, as Red Pianta will also find his way onto base. And now there's runners on first and second, and there is an RBI chance for the OG Matt. The Matt. One of the best Miis so far in this season. He didn't have a great game 3, but he had a wonderful game 1 and 2. And that ball is going to go deep into center field, but Yellow Guy will make the play, and that will do it for the inning. We're now going to get quickly into this second inning, as we don't have a lot of action going on in that first. A start pitch coming up from Mario will catch Queen Liz swinging. But she will hit that next ball, and it will get over top of Red Magic-Koopa. And it will only result to a single, but that's still on base, which is a major deal. Getting somebody other than King K. Rool on. Red Magic-Koopa will take a little bit too long to scoop this one up to find that double play, and instead will take a fielder's choice at first. I guess that's not really a fielder's choice, sorry. find the out at first. Monty Mole coming up to the plate here, gonna star hit, and that will find its way down the middle, which means Queen Liz is able to get herself onto the corner. And now we have runners on first and third, and Paragoomba has the first true scoring chance of the game. For those of you who have not seen these teams play before, Fireballs are managed by TK. They are the TK Fireballs, and let's quickly interrupt whatever I was going to say because it's not that important anymore as Paragoomba finds himself a run. A hit into left field, and that will be an RBI for him. As the Muscles are on the board, and it did not take King K. Rool. That's something we talked about the last time we saw this squad play, is that they need offense coming from people other than King K. Rool if they want to win games. And right after I say that, they get another big hit coming out from King Boo, which will score a second run as Monty Mole is able to make it all the way from second home. And Paragoomba is able to get to third. But this one is between the TK Fireballs, managed by TK, and Raid's Muscles, managed by Raid. I know. It's pretty self-explanatory. As I'm saying that, Red Critter will hit into a double. Wait, not Red Critter. Sorry, my brain just failed. Whoa. Whoa. What did I just say? Either way, big double play there as Red Critter makes the play. That's what I meant to say. And now with the ship slightly slanting here, we'll see if Shy Guy is able to do something. And he will find himself on to first base. That's another obstacle we'll see here on Daisy Cruiser, is that big fucking squid will come out on the right, if you see that in the back, and tip the boat. And that's why we will see this boat leaning side to side. Red Yoshi's going to find himself a single up the middle as well, and that means there's 2 runners on and no outs. King K. Rool once again running out of exhaustion in his second inning pitching. But he will not be taken off the mound yet, and Red Magikoopa will not be able to find himself onto base, but will instead advance the runners. And Red Noki with a great opportunity to get the Fireballs back into this one and close that gap. A big diving grab from Critter, and that will find a double play and end the inning, keeping this Fireballs roster scoreless through 2. King K. Rool not kicked off the mound yet. We'll see how much longer he lasts, as he's already proven exhausted before they send Wario to the mound. Critter's going to be our first hitter today, or for this third inning, not today. And he will find himself a leadoff single just over top of the head of Red Magikoopa, who was not in range to magically pull in that ball. Blue Pianta, though, will find himself a single, but Critter is too slow to make it to second, which means there's still an out on the play. Wario will follow this up with a single of his own, most likely. But with such slow runners, sometimes you got to question, and that's why I was hesitating there. But now there is runners on first and second for Queen Liz. Only 1 out so far in the inning. As long as you avoid a double play, hopefully you can advance these runners. And the ball is going to be hit into the outfield, and that's going to be a big double, which will likely score a run here. But the buddy throw does come out. It's not in time to get Pianta, but will prevent Wario from running home. And there will be a third run on the board for the Muscles. Despite it not amounting to much, that buddy throw will be very valuable for this outfield, as it probably keeps a 4th run off the board there. Yellow guy is going to hit one right up the middle. There was a hesitation from Wario to run, as it looked like that ball may have been caught, but it was not, as the Red Critter did not dive for it. Now a star pitch coming out from Mario into Monty Mole's at bat. Monty Mole with the bases loaded. We've seen him in this spot before. Not today, but overall. and he has not come up to the occasion before, and once again he will fall short as the double play will keep this inning to only 1 run and the score line stuck at 3-0. The Fireballs back up to bat. We once again are seeing this ship tipped as Red Critter comes up to bat against King K. Rool. He does end up staying in for one more. This ball is going to be hit deep into the outfield, but it's not going to be further enough to find a home run, and that will be a quick out. King K. Rool still staying on the mound. He's shown that he's exhausted 3 times now, and it will not matter as Critter makes a nice diving play onto Yoshi's ball hit up the middle, and that will be the second out of the inning. Still King K. Rool staying on the mound. This is amazing me. This is the longest we've seen him pitch, and he's pitching through exhaustion here. The Boo will secure that hit for Mario as he will find himself a double. Will that mean King K. Rool is taken out? No, it will not. He's going to stay out for one more. Red Pianta is going to hit one into right field, and that will be a single. Mario's going to be heading home, and he will just make it before that buddy throw comes in. And the Fireballs are on the board. Yellow guy unable to get that throw there fast enough to cut off that run, and Red Pianta getting his first RBI of the game. And finally, we will see King K. Rool taken out of the game for Wario. One of, if not the best pitcher to play so far in this league. We'll see a star pitch coming out from him, his signature 2-ball throw, where one's a fake. Matt will hit one into right field, and it will not land. Queen Liz makes the play and ends the inning after giving up 1 run. Still with a 3-1 lead, though, the Muscles are looking to be in a great spot right now. Paragoomba's going to start this off by ground ball right towards Magic Koopa, and he will easily make that play. King Boo up to bat now, drilling a line drive down right field. It will not stay fair though, as it just drifts foul, and instead he will hit a line drive just over top of Red Critter to find himself a double to open up the inning. King K. Rool up to bat now. We've seen what he can do in previous weeks. We haven't seen him hit a home run here today yet. Will he be able to prove us wrong now? He will use a star hit, and it will be caught by Red Noki. And 2 outs already on the day for King K. Rool. This is not what we have seen from him in the past. And King Boo had to go back to second there with a nice catch from Noki. Critter will ground one up to Red Magic Koopa, and that will do it for the inning, leaving King Boo stranded in scoring position. Wario now going to be on the mound to start out this 4th inning, or the bottom of the 4th here. Shy Guy up to the plate. Will take a strike and a ball and then ground one over to Paragoomba, and that will be the first out of the inning. To be honest, I was probably expecting a few more hits coming out this game. Feel like we've had some lackluster offense, which is surprising considering the smaller stature of this stadium and the power of these teams offensively. We've seen them both have great offensive games so far this season. Red Magic Koopa now up to the plate. He's going to crush one, but it's more of a pop than a crush. I guess I'm mistaken, and that will be it for the inning. 3 up, 3 down, just like that for Mario. And once again, we see this squid tipping over the boat. Blue Pianta coming up to bat now. And he will find a hit into right field. That will open up the inning with a single, as Mario is showing signs of exhaustion. In the past, we've seen him pitch 20 innings across 3 games. He's had 2 full games where he played all 7, and then in his last game he played 6 and was swapped out for Yoshi. The banana will make sure that that is not a double play, and Blue Pianta is able to advance to second base, but it will not be enough for Wario to find his way to first. And Queen Liz coming up to bat now with 1 out and 1 on second, and she will find a hit up the middle, allowing Blue Pianta the third. And now there's runners on the corner for Yellow Guy. Yellow Guy going to make good contact, but it's right up the middle, and that looks like it's a double play ball, and therefore a run will not come in for the Muscle squad, and that will do it for the top of the fifth. As Mario staying out there through the exhaustion, finding himself 3 outs. Red Noki going to be our leadoff hitter this inning at the very bottom of the order. And Wario is going to use a star pitch to open up this at-bat. Red Noki will not swing. She will look off this 2-ball pitch. And will follow it up by making great contact into left field and securing a lead-off single for this Fireball squad, who are trying to find their way back into this game. Red Critter up to the plate now. He's going to crush one into left field, but I don't think it will matter, as this is likely easily caught by Monty Mole with no item to follow up that hit, and Red Noki will have to retreat back to first. Yoshi coming up to the plate, 1 out, 1 runner on. A star pitch coming out from Wario here. Will we see Yoshi swing? Yes, we will, but it looks like it's a double play ball. No, it is not. Noki is fast enough to secure her spot at second and keep the inning alive and get into scoring position for Mario. If Mario can drive in a run here, it would be massive for this Fireball offense. And right as I say that, the star hit comes out from Mario, and that will secure a run as he secures himself an RBI double, and this lead is cut down to 1. Fancy animation there. You love to see that. I don't think we've seen that animation yet so far this season, so it's great to see some new things. And Red Pianta with a runner in score position now as the cleanup batter for this Fireball squad. We'll see what he's able to do. That ball is absolutely crushed, and it just looks like it might be gone. No chance of Queen Liz getting there for the buddy jump in time, and that will be a 2-run shot for Red Pianta, so the Fireballs take a 1-run lead here in the bottom of the fifth. Matt coming up to the plate now, 2 outs, no runners on. Only so much he can do here, and it will be a ground ball towards Goomba, which will make the play and get them out of the inning. But Wario giving up 3 runs, unlike himself, and that will cut this, or will not cut this lead, will give the lead over to the Fireballs. Monty Mole going to be the leadoff hitter here for the Muscles. And he's going to make good contact, but it will not matter as this magic catch comes out from Red Magikoopa and finds the first out of the inning for the Fireballs. Mario still pitching through the exhaustion. Surprised they haven't put in Yoshi, to be perfectly honest, as they have some good other pitchers on this squad. That ball will be hit into the outfield, and Matt will make the play. Mario showing he's tired again, but he's staying out there for one more batter at least, trying to get a 3-up, 3-down, and this ball is absolutely crushed by King Boo, and that just looks like it's going to be a solo shot, and now the game is tied up as King Boo finds himself a solo home run. They really should have taken Mario out of the game if that's the result he's going to give up when he's this tired, as the Muscles bring this one to a tie. They will switch the pitcher in time for King K. Rool, as they don't want a tired pitcher going into the most dangerous batter. One of, if not the most dangerous batter in the game. But despite saying that, King K. Rool will still crush one up the middle. And the buddy jump will not make it high enough to get that ball, as Matt is unable to make that play. And King K. Rool finds himself a solo shot to follow up King Boo's. And that will bring the lead back into favor of the Muscles. Critter going to be our next batter, trying to keep the streak going here on this offensive end. The fish will knock over Red Yoshi, but he should still have time to make this play, and he will do just that as he makes a simple catch to close out the inning. But now they are down a run again and have 2 innings to try and bring back this, or close this gap. The squid here pulling the boat to the other side, as it has for the rest of the game, as we see it leaning to the left now. A ground out will start out the inning, and Red Yoshi comes up to the plate and will hit one right into Critter's chest, and that will be 2 up, 2 down, just like that for Wario, having a much better inning than his 5th. And right after that, Red Magic will find his way on, as Paragoomba seemed to have misread that ball. Red Noki will come up to the plate, trying to keep this inning going, trying to find something, make anything happen for this Fireball squad and get them back into the game. Star pitch coming out from Wario. We'll see what Red Noki does here. Will not swing. That means she is in a hole. 2 strikes and swinging hard despite that. That might just be... No, it is not. That would have been a crazy shot for Noki to hit. Noki making a ball to the wall is already impressive enough, if they seem to lack a lot of power, but Monty Mole did make the play to close out the inning and avoid all the danger there. Blue Pianta is going to be our leadoff hitter for the Muscles here, making great contact over the middle into right field, and that will find a single to open up the inning. Wario looking to follow up this single for Blue Pianta. Does have an item following him up here, and that's going to be a Fireball coming out, and that will make sure he finds his way to first easily. And now there's 2 runners on with no outs for Queen Liz. Queen Liz will take full advantage, finding herself another RBI double, potentially 2, and Wario going home will be caught stranded in between the bases here, but he will make it back to third in time as the throw coming out late from Shy Guy, but a beautiful buddy throw from the outfield here to make sure that another run is not scored, but this gap is still increased to 2 off of an RBI double from Queen Liz. Now, I want to give a little throwback here. Last week in our games when we had the Wilds against the Muscles on this very same stadium, we saw an 8-run inning in the top of the 7th from the Muscles in a very similar fashion to what they're doing now. It was Blue Pianta as the leadoff. You didn't think it was going to come around to King K. Rool, and then everyone seems to be driving in a single. But right as I say that, Red Magic Cooper will pick up an easy ground ball and find a double play. It will give up another run in the process, but 2 outs is 2 outs nonetheless, as Yoshi trying to escape this inning, only giving up 2. Paragoomba will find one up the middle here. It will be bobbled by Red Critter, and that will give up another run, as now the Muscles have a 4-run lead. It's almost the same as we had last week. King Boo going to be our another hitter here, trying to make something happen, but Red Noki will grab that one up, and that will get them out of the inning. Giving up 3 runs, they're now down 4. What will we see the Fireballs do, as they need 4 runs to bring this one to extras? Red Critter, the top of the order here, will lead off. Wario, though, aside from that 1 inning, has been really stellar, and Red Critter will find himself a single to open up the inning. Yoshi gonna be looking to follow this up. We've seen him hit a few double plays already this season. You gotta hope he doesn't do one here and keeps this going and keeps this interesting for this Fireballs lineup. And despite saying that, it will be a double play, and that is a quick 2 outs as Critter makes a simple play. Mario now gonna have to try and start this one up again, the captain of this Fireballs roster. And that ball will get into right field. Mario will push that for a double. Red Pianta in this spot before, hit a 2-run shot. Will we be able to see something like that again, keeping the hope alive for the Fireballs? We'll look at strike one. Star pitch coming up from Wario here. Red Pianta will swing at the correct ball, but it doesn't look like it's going to make it all the way. The Fireball will come down in time, and that will get a run scored as Red Pianta finds themselves a quick double with the help of the Fireball there from Matt to secure a run and cut this lead to 3 and keep this game alive. Matt now going to need to make something happen. It will look like Wario is being changed out here as King Boo comes up to pitch. And Critter making a quick diving grab on the first pitch. And that will do it for the game, folks, as the Muscles maintain their streak as they are 4-0 going into coming out of week 4. They remain as flawless as can be. Take a look at the box score here and see who the MVP of this game is. It's Queen Liz. I think we've actually seen this before. We've seen Queen Liz MVP before. Let's take a look here. No true amazing performances, but a good play from the whole team will get it done. And with Queen Liz taking the MVP, that's great to see another me getting this MVP again. She might be overtaking Matt as the current leader in the MVP of the year. So, let's get that up. As that one was 8-5 for okay. We do have 2 more games to play today. We're going to take a quick couple-minute break before I come back, and because I want to go to the washroom. I know I'm a person. Gotta go. I'll be right back, and then we'll get started again with a matchup between the Knights and the Spitballs. Okay, we are back and ready to set up game 3 of the day between the Knights and the Spitballs. This one is going to be played on Nighttime Mario Stadium. Alright, we are almost done setting up the lineups here. Sorry for the delay. Takes me a bit of time, I won't lie to you here. Okay, we are ready for our next game. And that will be here at Mario Stadium. No obstacles today as we have a matchup between Luigi and Waluigi, the Upset Knights versus the Spitball Mob. And the Knights will be pitching first here, as Bowser Jr. being the leadoff man for this Spitball side. He'll take a ball and a strike and then charge up and make good contact here, but it will not be enough to make it by Toadsworth with a nice sliding play to get this first out of the inning and the game. Red Koopa Troopa now up to the plate. We know that Luigi pitches a lot around the corners of the zone, really likes to paint the edges, and Koopa Troopa will find one up the middle here. It will just get by Toadsworth, and that will be the first hit of the ball game. Red Koopa Troopa single to try and get something going here And Dark Bones will follow it up immediately as Red Koopa Troopa pushes that all the way to third. Meaning there are runners on the corner for the captain, Waluigi. He's going to slap away here, and that's good contact, but it does not get anything going, as Toad will easily make the grab. It is a sacrifice fly, meaning Red Koopa Troopa will find his way home. And that is the first run of the ball game as the Spitball Mob take the lead 1-0 here in the top of the first. Diddy Kong will follow that up with a single of his own into right field. Matt collecting the ball to second there, but it will not make it in time. And Red Paratroopa looking to keep this streak alive. Red Paratroopa charging will take the first 2 strikes. He's now dug himself into a hole here. And Luigi will not get the pitch to not find the pitch to get him out. Either way, the bases are loaded here for Blue Magic Koopa. I swear we've seen this exact same moment so many times already this season, and almost every time Blue Magic Koopa has let us down, and once again we will experience that as Matt easily secures that ball deep into right field to find that third out and escape the inning with only 1 run. Baby Daisy now up to the plate to lead off for this Knights squad. Will make good contact right up the middle, but Red Koopa Troopa looks like he should have that one tracked. Will the POW be in time? Yes, it will, meaning Baby Daisy is picking up a double, almost considered pushing that for 3, but will decide to call it at that second base and be satisfied with a double, and now in scoring position with Baby Donkey Kong looking to take her home. Blue Magic Koopa will scoop that one up and find the out. Because of that magic catch, it will not be enough time to find that double play, as Baby Daisy will make it back to second, but that is still a big out for this Spitball side. The niece now with an opportunity to try and drive home a run or find himself a single and get things moving for this Knights roster. Waluigi with another pickoff attempt on Baby Daisy. Does not like how much of a leadoff this is. A star pitch coming up from him here. And Bowser Jr. with a wonderful jumping grab, and will get that quick throw to second to find the out and the double play. Wonderfully done by Bowser Jr. to get them out of the inning. You love to see it. I cannot say that, but yeah, we do. We do. Gray Guy going to be the leadoff hitter here for the Spitball Mob. And good contact into left field, but it will go foul. Now, down 2-1 in the count, will find himself a hit into left field, and that boo should extend that into a double. Baby Mario will throw that back, but it will not be in time to prevent this double. And Jack Black comes up to bat now, trying to push this runner to third. Good contact up the middle from him, but Gray Guy went back to second. I think he hesitated, thinking that ball might be caught, but it was nowhere close to being caught. And now there's runners on first and second for Bowser Jr. Swing and a miss from him there, not what you expected of a player of his caliber. He will follow that up with a ball into center field. The POW will come, but it will not make it in time, meaning we have our first out of the inning, as Bowser Jr. is unable to get things done. Red Koopa Troopa now up to the plate with runners on first and second. Still does have a runner in scoring position, and that ball will find its way up the middle, and this one will land, meaning the bases are loaded for Dark Bones. We've seen some great stuff from Dark Bones. There's a reason he's in the 3 slot for this Spitball roster. A star pitch coming out from Luigi, though, and that will still just drift foul. Toad doesn't make it there in time to find the catch. But right after that, a wonderful diving grab from Toadsworth, and that will get them out of the inning without giving up a single run there, meaning this scoreline will stay at 1-0 due to wonderful work from Toadsworth. That's the experience. You can't teach that level of experience. Well, I guess you kind of can. You can't do that with talent alone. Okay, that's experience. The old man knows what he's doing. And Luigi now going to be the leadoff hitter for this Knights side. He will hit one right to Dark Bones, and that will be the first out of the inning. Toadsworth now looking to follow that up, find his way onto base, but he will not do that as that ball goes straight to Blue Magikoopa, and that will be the second out of the inning. Waluigi looking to have a stellar performance so far today. Toad, however, up to the plate now. He will find himself a single and get things moving for this Knights roster, but is it too little too late in the inning with already 2 outs? Matt comes up to bat now. He's also been one of the more consistent Me's. He struggled in week 3, but he's been one of the few bright sides of this Knights roster, and as I say that, a wonderful catch from Blue Magikoopa to end the inning and keep the Knights scoreless through 2. Luigi batting to Waluigi here. Star hit coming out from Waluigi, and that just goes straight to Toadsworth. The L hit did not seem to work for him today. And the K spams are coming out from Mob Moses, the manager of the Spitball Mob. Not loving that work from Waluigi. Diddy Kong will reach first though, and Red Paratrooper will follow that up with a single of his own, meaning there is 2 runners on with only 1 out on the inning. Blue Magikoopa, we've seen him flub 1 out with the bases loaded already today. Will he be able to do better with runners on first and second? A bunt comes out, but that's going to go foul. I don't understand why he's trying to bunt here, but he will follow it up swinging on that 3rd pitch, and that will get the bases loaded as he finds himself a single up the middle as well. Gray Guy now coming up to bat. A huge opportunity for him. The Knights have escaped this exact scenario twice already this game. Will they be able to do it a 3rd time? Unsure yet as that ball drifts foul. They're going to need a double play ball. Star pitch coming out, and that's going to be bobbled by Blue Yoshi, and the POW comes out too, meaning 2 runs are going to score, and Blue Magikoopa will advance his way to 3rd as an RBI single. A 2 RBI single comes out from Gray Guy, and a beautiful POW from Jack Black to secure a 2nd run there, and Luigi's already tired. Luigi is running out of gas already. Jack Black up to the plate now, still only 1 out with runners on the corners. Will they be able to advance this lead? That ball's going to be hit into right field. Toad will easily pick that up, but the shell comes out in time, and Blue Magikoopa is going to head home off that POW. And that will, not that POW, that shell, and that will extend the lead to 4-1. Bowser Jr. comes up to the plate here trying to make something happen, but instead he will be found out for the 3rd time so far today. And that will end the inning. But 3 runs come onto the board for the Spitballs here, and that advances the lead to 4-0. Baby Mario coming up to bat. He is statistically one of the worst 3 batters in the league. He is known for hitting double plays. The only upside of him being the leadoff guy is that he cannot hit a double play. That's the only upside, and he will find himself out again here. And Blue Yoshi will try and get something going. 1 out on the board. He will look at that first pitch and swing at the second one here. That ball is hit deep to left field, but it will look like it'll be caught by Dark Bones, which it will be. And that will be the 2nd out of the inning, as the bomb did not come in time. We're back to the top of the order here for the Knights roster. Baby Daisy will hit one up the middle, but Gray Guy with a wonderful sliding grab to find the out at first. And that will do it for the inning. Another inning of 3 up, 3 down for this Spitball roster. Or, well, for the Knights, I guess, but by the Spitball roster. And by Waluigi. Red Koopa Troopa now going to be the leadoff man for this Spitball side, but that ball will be straight towards Baby Mario, who will easily make that play, meaning Dark Bones is up to bat with no runners on. And that ball is absolutely crushed. That might just be gone. We'll see if the buddy jump makes it there in time. Will not even matter. It hits the wall. I mean, it totally could have been caught with a buddy jump, but instead, Dark Bones will find himself a double, putting himself into scoring position for Waluigi with Toadsworth on the mound. I somehow missed that pitcher swap. That slow pitch is going to make a big difference as it's less on the outside, and Waluigi will take full advantage. This buddy throw home is way too late as it wasn't even started thrown until he was practically over the plate, and an RBI double coming out from Waluigi. We'll see what Diddy Kong's able to do here. He's been 2 for 2 so far on the day. Charge hit up the middle here, and that should land, meaning you now have runners on the corners with 1 out. And Red Paratroopa up to bat. As long as you avoid a double play here, that's huge for this offense, and he will do more than that. He will find himself a double and find another RBI. And this lead is up to 6. It looks like we might be experiencing one of these blowouts again that the Knights have become so used to. They are currently the only winless team so far in the league, and looking like it's going to stay that way. However, Blue Magic Koopa will ground 1 out, and that means that no more runs will come on that at bat. But Grey Guy looking for another opportunity to drive in some runs. Last time he was able to get a 2 RBI single. We'll see if he can make that happen again. No, he cannot. Nice catch from Matt to get the Knights out of the inning, but it's not without giving up 2 runs, and that will extend this lead to 6 for the Spitballs. Baby DK going to be the leadoff man, but a quick hit towards Grey Guy's chest, and that will be the first out of the inning for the Knights. Star pitch coming out here from Waluigi, and that will find its way through. The shell ensures that Denise has enough time to confirm the single, and that will get him on base. Luigi looking to make something happen, but instead he will hit a double play. And that will do it for the inning. Another 3 up, 3 down kind of because of a double play for this Knights side. And they are still held scoreless through 4. I'd like to point out, Jack Black finds himself a single to open up the inning. And Toadsworth is tired. I would like to point out some of the things that Mob Moses is putting in chat, the general manager of this Spitball roster. Now, as I say that double play, so he might not be as happy as he was a second ago, but he said, this is quoted, "I'm hard right now, about to start jacking it watching this. They're just edging me so hard with this performance. It's so hard to spell with one hand." And I love to see that type of enthusiasm about your team. If you're not that invested in your roster, you're doing something wrong. This is what a true general manager looks like, folks. Despite them getting 3 outs and no runs that inning, does not even matter. They still have this big 6-run lead. And they will find a quick out again as Waluigi is still on the mound here in the 5th. The boo will come out, meaning Toad will secure himself a double. Meaning there is a scoring opportunity for the Knights. He considered going for 3 and almost gets thrown out going back to second. But will make it back just in time. Waluigi with star pitch here. And that will catch Matt swinging. That's the first strike of the at-bat. Another star pitch coming out from Waluigi. And that one will find its way up the middle. But it looked like it may have been caught, I think, for Toad, as he did not go to third, which means there's only runners on first and second instead of on the corners, and Waluigi will be swapped out for Diddy Kong. The tag out coming from Bowser Jr. As a bunt attempt from Baby Mario. That will advance the runners, but now you need Blue Yoshi to hit. If he does not hit, this is the end of the inning, and Gray Guy will make sure that no runs come onto the board with a nice sliding grab to escape the inning scoreless, and we are still perfect through 5 for this Spitball roster. Darkbone's going to be the leadoff man now into a tired Toadsworth. And that one should land in the center field, and that will secure a single for Darkbones. Toadsworth once again saying, hey, fucker, I'm exhausted. Take me out. But who are they going to put in? Who would they put in at the mound? They don't have another true pitcher, and it is showing here today. Maybe you put in someone like Blue Yoshi, but then you'll lose that fielding ability. There's so little to do. Waluigi going to look at 2 quick strikes there, and then we'll hit one into left field, and that should just be a double. Does not look like it will find an RBI, but it does advance the runners to second and third, meaning there's a great RBI chance here for Diddy Kong, who is 3 for 3 on the day. And he will find good contact again to keep his streak alive. 4 for 4 on the day with an RBI single of his own, and now there's runners on the corner again. And finally, we see Toadsworth taken out of the game. Baby Mario going to be coming into pitch, and you got to question his capabilities on the mound. We know that he can't bat. We know he's one of the worst batters. We'll see what he's able to do from the mound. He will find a double play. There will be a run scored there as Waluigi does make it home, so it's an RBI double play, but a double play nonetheless. He's got to be happy with that, as you're probably not going to get much better. Blue Magikoopa now up to bat, and Luigi, unable to make the sliding grab, will secure a single for Blue Magikoopa. Gray Guy up to bat, trying to increase this lead, and he will find himself a single, putting runners on first and second for Jack Black. Another one of our high-performing me's. I believe he's had an MVP so far through one of the 3 games. And another single here will load the bases for Mr. Consistent, according to Mob himself, who is still unable to get on base yet today. With the bases loaded, Bowser Jr. We'll see what he's able to do at this at-bat against a rookie pitcher like Baby Mario, and he will still be out as Luigi makes a nice catch to end the inning with only 2 runs. You know, I was looking through some of the statistics in previous days when I was inputting them. Is that there was the comment made that Bowser Jr. is just consistent. He will get on base. And that was very true through the first 3 weeks. Today, not so much the case, as he is 0-4. But it looks like it has not mattered at all with this Spitball roster having an 8-0 lead. They will find the first out, but then Baby Donkey Kong will find himself a double here, putting a runner in scoring position for Denise. We've seen this spot already today. Star pitch coming out from Diddy Kong. Will make contact, but it's not the contact you want to see. Baby Donkey Kong will advance to third. But 2 outs means that Luigi needs to hit, and he will do just that. Baby DK is going to find his way home, and suddenly the Knights are no longer scoreless. Once Waluigi's off the mound, they are unable to keep the streak alive. Diddy Kong gives up the first run of the game for the Spitballs. Or for the Knights into the Spitballs. You know, man, words are so complex for no reason. You know? Gray Guy will make a nice sliding grab there to get the out on Toadsworth and end the inning. We are now going to be heading into the top of the 7th with an 8-1 lead for the Spitball Mob. And all they need to do once they get to the bottom is prevent a 7-run inning assuming they don't tack on some more here. Won't look like they're going to with a nice ground ball from Red Koopa Troopa to start out the inning. Dark Bones, once again, he's been wonderful so far today. We'll see if he's able to keep that up as he looks to find himself another single. Waluigi now. He's also been great today, aside from one star hit that did not work out. He will charge and miss there. We'll see if he's able to find himself onto base. Yes, he can, but Dark Bones hesitated to run for some reason. He will still make it to second. And now there's runners on first and second for Diddy Kong, who's 4 for 4, I believe, on the day. And right as I say that, that is a double play ball to end the inning. Diddy Kong unable to produce enough to enhance this lead or increase this lead a little more. And still, 7 runs are needed for the Knights. You know, sometimes I get a little distracted when I'm trying to cast because I feel like I'm being taunted by the general manager of the Spitballs here. I've talked about this in previous weeks when casting, is that I am the manager of the Wilds, and I've been trying to spring a deal for Diddy Kong, giving up one of the critters. Hasn't happened. And now I'm seeing traded. A critter would have gotten a base hit. Wish I had one from Mob himself. It's like, the offer's on the table. I've made the offer countless times. Just bring it to me. Bring it to me on paper, and we got ourselves something. We got ourselves a conversation, brother. We can cook something up. There is yet to be any trades on the season, which is kind of surprising because of how much some teams suck. Hence the Knights. So, as I'm saying that, though, they had the bases loaded. I mean, when I was talking, they were just getting stuff going. And that's a second run for them as Toad makes his way home. Baby Daisy up to the bat now with the bases loaded. Swing and a miss on that one. Star hit's going to come out, and that's going to be bobbled by Waluigi, which means it will stay fair because it is touched, and that will be another run batted in for this Knights roster. The POW ensuring that there's enough time for Matt to make it home and everyone to advance. And Diddy Kong looking a little tired now. He is going to stay in the game for the time being. They do have some other pitching options, so they very easily could take him out. Baby Donkey Kong's going to hit one into the wall there. And thrown out at home. The hesitation of the runners from the Knights will cost them dearly, as that is an out at home. Diddy Kong staying on the mound despite the tiredness. And Waluigi with a nice catch despite the star hit. Does not bobble at that time, and that's 2 outs. Luigi now up to bat. He's going to crush one. That's going to drift foul, but it's clear what he's looking for. It's clear that he wants the grand slam. We'll see if he can do it here. The star pitch comes out, and that will find a base hit. 2 runners are going to make their way home there, which cuts the lead down to 3. And suddenly a home run ties the game. Suddenly a home run ties the game. Not that there's any true power hitters here. But, you know, Toadsworth, maybe we see a miracle. Diddy Kong will finally be swapped out. And Toadsworth batting into Bowser Jr. now. Probably a better pitcher with some more stamina. So we'll see what's able to happen. This ball's going to ground. And despite the boo, Gray Guy will make the play. And that is the ball game, folks. Gray Guy doing God's work. He has done this all season. He's been wonderful for the Spitballs. And he just makes sure that there is no chance of the comeback there as he says, nope, we're done. We're done. I want to go home. And that's it. The Spitballs, Waluigi beats down on Luigi, proves which one is better today. We get a nice look here at who is the MVP. It's none other than Gray Guy making some big plays on the offensive and defensive end. We'll take a look here at the box score and see what we have here. Nobody really performing for the Knights. You do see that Luigi's getting something here because he does, in fact, have that nice 2 RBI shot at the end. You look here on the other side and you see tons of great performers, excluding maybe Bowser Jr. But aside from that, it's a great performance all around from this Spitball roster, and Gray Guy just doing amazing on both sides of the ball. You love to see it. You do love to see it. Another 8-5 game. That's the second one of the day. We'll pop that into the scores. And that will mean we're coming up on the last and final game of the day between the Wilds and the Flowers. There's plenty to talk about going into this one. One, I want to focus right away. Let's talk about the Flowers. Okay, the Flowers. They have been superb. They are currently in first overall in the standings, not just in their division, but overall. And they have not made any game look close. Like they have been dominant. It has been dominant for this roster. We'll get to see another game on Daisy Cruiser today. As we will see if the Flowers are able to maintain their perfect streak, or if the Wilds are able to bounce back after a tough loss in week 3. I think overall, though, exciting match to look forward to today. I think when you talk about which team is the most sound out of all of the teams in the league, it's unquestionably the Flowers. They have great pitchers. Okay, they have Daisy, who has one of the best star pitches in the game. They have 2 Magikoopas to come in as relievers. They have the best, I would argue, the best hitter in the game, or one of them at least, in PD Piranha. Okay, like they have a bit of everything. So we'll see if they can keep their flawless streak alive. I honestly would be surprised if they were unable to. But as the manager of the Wilds, I think it'd make for a really exciting game to see this one come out as a true battle. Above that, also, the Flowers have an amazing infield. Okay, they have Fire Bro. They have Petey Piranha. They have 2 Magic Koopas. They have Wiggler. I mean, overall, this team is just superb, right? So, I mean, it's amazing to see them because they truly are an elite squad. I think that's the only way to say this, is that they are actually an elite squad. And I've proven that through the first 3 weeks. Okay, we are ready for Game 4 of Week 4. A battle between the Flowers and the Wilds. We're going to get this started right away here. Daisy Cruiser once again for the second time today. Daisy will start as the pitcher for this Flowers side. And the Wilds will start on offense. This first pitch will be hit and gathered up by Fire Bro to find the first out of the game, which means Boomerang Bro is up to bat against Daisy. One of the things I want to note about this game is that we have all 3 of the bros. We have Fire Bro, Boomerang Bro, and Hammer Bro all in this game. So that's a special treat. But 2 quick outs, and it looks like there's going to be a third as Bibble easily catches that, and that will do it for the inning. 3 up, 3 down, just like that, as Daisy proves why she is one of the elite pitchers in this league. Firebro leading off for this Flowers side, and he's just going to crush one to center field. It's not going to make it all the way, though, and Dixie Kong should have a relatively easy time gathering that ball up. Daisy now coming up to bat into Donkey Kong. Good contact. It will find the first base hit of the game, and that should be a double as Daisy easily makes her way to second base. And now an RBI chance for Wiggler. If you're the Flowers, you want to see Wiggler get on here and find something for Petey Piranha. And he will do just that as he finds himself a single and advances Daisy to third, which means you have runners on the corner with one of the MVP candidates up to bat in Petey Piranha. We'll see what he's able to do. And he is just going to crush one. Oh my lord. That ball is gone. That is a 3-run shot. A 3-run shot on a slap hit for Petey Piranha. And just like that, the Flowers jump out to a big lead at the start of the game. Last week, we did not see Petey Piranha on his best, but looks like we're going to get that today as he gets something going right away. Green Toad will find his way, onto first, and that will keep the inning going a little longer as Bibble grounds one out, and that will be the double play to end the inning. And now with the Wilds in a 3-run hole from the get-go, they're going to have to climb their way back into this game. They do have the hitters to make it happen, but the defense from this Flowers roster is so good, you may just think it may not happen at all. And Donkey Kong swings at the star pitch from Daisy. It's bobbled by Firebro, but he still does manage to hang on, and Donkey Kong will get sent back to the dugout after an embarrassing at-bat. The first base hit for the Wilds will come now as Brown Critter is going to second. That ball is chucked to third, and I feel like it might have been an out at second if it was thrown there instead. But instead, Brown Critter will get a double. Blue Critter gonna look off this star pitch, the correct choice being made. Instead, he will take this next pitch, and it will be a drive up the line, and instead he's going to have to deal with a star pitch, so he's going to be forced to swing, and this one will be easily caught by Firebro to bring a second out into this Wilds offense. Hammerbro up to bat now. He's going to crush one up the middle, but that will not make it all the way out of the park, and that should be it for the inning. Another quick 3 outs for this Flowers side. And now they will come back onto the offensive end, trying to increase their lead. Start pitch coming out from Donkey Kong. Feels unnecessary to pitch that into Baby Luigi. He's the only hitter that isn't scary in this lineup, so you gotta question the decision making there. But they will find the out, so you can't really complain if you're a fan of the Wilds. Green Magic Koopa up to bat now. He's been consistent so far this season. He will make good contact through the star pitch from Donkey Kong, but it will be caught by Boomerang Bro at third, and that will be the second out of the inning. Yellow Magic Koopa now up to bat. He's going to crush one, but that looks like it's going to drift foul. And another good contact, but that will go right into Blue Critter's glove, and that will do it for the inning. 3 up, 3 down, as the Wilds correct their defensive mistakes from the first against a much easier batting order. You gotta worry for them when they come back up into Petey Piranha. I don't know who's going to start out the inning with a good contact, but it's going to be easily caught by Baby Luigi, who's a very quick outfielder to make that happen. Star pitch coming out from Daisy here. Will Dixie Kong swing? Yes, she will. And that should be easily caught by Petey Piranha, which it will be. And that's 2 quick outs for this Flowers side and this Wilds offense. We're back to the top of the order here. Tiny Kong gonna make good contact, but once again right to Firebro's glove, and that's another 3 up, 3 down, as the Wilds are scoreless through 3. Firebro finding his first base hit of the game. And Donkey Kong is looking to struggle out here today, as he's given up a few solid hits already. Daisy will make good contact, but not enough to get out of the infield, and that will be a double play ball, as the Critters easily make that happen. Wiggler now up to the plate, trying to get on to set up for Petey Piranha. We'll see what he's able to do. He's going to look at 2 pitches, and now he's in a hole. No star pitch coming out from Donkey Kong, but it will not matter as a diving grab comes out for Brown Critter. And that will end the inning with the scoreline still set at 3-0 for the Flowers. Boomerang Bro going to be leading off for the Wilds in this top of the 4th. He's going to charge and look off that pitch. We'll see what he's able to do here. He is currently 0 for 1 and make that 0 for 2. as Petey Piranha makes a nice jumping grab to find that first out of the inning. Funky Kong coming up to bat now. He'll make good contact. That might just be out of the park. Will the buddy jump come in time? No, it will not because of that table being in the way. That's a home run for Funky Kong. And that will be the first run on the board for the Wilds here as they cut this lead down to 3-1. As there's no buddy jump coming from Baby Luigi and Bibble. Donkey Kong up to bat now. Trying to match what Funky Kong was able to do. Star pitch coming out though. He swung at one of these today. Will he swing at another? No, he will not. He's learned his lesson from the first one. And instead will slap hit here and find a base hit. That will not be a double as he is much too slow to try and capitalize on that. But with Daisy tired already, that is huge for the Wilds offense as they can take out this scariest pitcher that they could face today. And Yellow Madge will come up to bat. Or to pitch, sorry. Brown Critter is going to absolutely crush one out to left field. Will that make it all the way? Yes, it will make it to the wall. But it will not get home. And Donkey Kong did not want to go further than second there, which means you have runners on first and second for Blue Critter. With one out already in the inning. Trying to capitalize more. This ball is absolutely crushed out to right field. This should be caught by a buddy jump, and yes, it will be. And that will mean the runners have to bounce back to first and second, respectively. Nice grab there from Bibble to keep the lead in the hands of the Flowers. Hammer Bro, though, coming up to bat. Last time we saw him bat on Daisy Cruiser, we saw him have a 2-home run game. If he can do that again today, that would be massive for this offense, but he will not be able to find it as he grounds one into Fire Bro's chest, and that will do it for the inning. They do get one run back thanks to a solo shot from Funky Kong, but with the Flowers still having a 3-1 lead and Petey Piranha coming up to bat, you gotta be nervous if you're a Wilds fan. Not the contact you expect to see from Petey Piranha, and that will be the first out of the inning. Green Toad now up to bat. I think she has a single in first. Another quick out. There's been like 5 balls in a row have gone to Brown Critter now if you're the Flowers offense. You got to try and hit somewhere else, and Bibble will do just that as that hit deep into right field. Will the banana come out in time? Yes, it will. That's going to be a triple for Bibble. Wow. Wonderfully done from it. Wonderfully done from Baby Luigi with that item usage. And now there's an opportunity for Baby Luigi to increase this lead. And he will do just that. One of the worst hitters in the game will find himself an RBI single as Bibble will make it home. And this lead is back to 3 for this Flowers roster as Donkey Kong has grown tired. Green Magikoopa comes up to bat here, 0 for 1 on the day. Good contact though, deep into the outfield, but I don't know, will make the play, and that will do it for the inning. We're going into the 5th with a scoreline of 4-1. The Wilds up to bat. I don't know. Gonna be leading off here. Star pitch coming out from Yellow Magikoopa. That will be the first strike. But back to regular pitches. We're going to see a ball. I don't know, at a 1-1 count. Good contact, though, up the middle, and I don't know, will find her way onto base. Now Dixie Kong trying to increase, or trying to push this runner even further, trying to get another run here on the board. We'll see what they're able to do. Gonna look off those first 2 pitches, also at a 1-1 count. High pitch coming out from Yellow Magikoopa, and Dixie Kong will capitalize and find themselves a single to find runners on first and second for Tiny Kong. Tiny Kong also making good contact, similar spot as the others. I don't know, is going to go home. Bibble is just choking completely. Buddy throw coming in home, though. Close play. Will the run come in? Yes, it will, as Dixie Kong finds a second run, and that is a 2 RBI single from Tiny Kong. I have no clue what happened here. The ball hit the table. Bibble then missed it on the slide. I don't know what the plan was there. He was trying to buddy throw, and he made a mistake. He missed it the first time, and then he didn't go anywhere near the ball on his next attempt. I get the first one. The first one he missed. It's whatever, but he was right there. He was trying to make a play. What happened on the second one? If you're the Flowers manager, if you're Spades, you're going to want to talk to him after the game and be like, hey, I know you messed up and you were probably tilted after messing up, but that doesn't mean you just give in another run. Now it's a 4-3 ball game instead of a 4-2 ball game, and that's not what you want to see if you're the Flowers. The POW comes out here from Donkey Kong, making Funky Kong make his way to first, and now Donkey Kong up to bat into Green Magikoopa. However, that one will hit the wall. Funky Kong going to hold off at second. And now once again we have runners on first and second for Brown Critter. Brown Critter will charge and look off this first pitch. This is the last true pitcher that the Flowers have on their roster. So if you're able to tire out Green Magikoopa, this becomes a whole different ballgame. And that will do that will find another run, as this game is now 4-4. The buddy throw will mess up again, and that allows Donkey Kong to go home. What is going on? What is going on here at Daisy Cruiser? We got to take a look at this slowly, because Bibble going for the buddy throw again, but this time Green Toad does not catch it. Green Toad misses the buddy throw, and that's 2 runs. Bro, why does this shit always happen against my team, man? I swear, it looks like I'm fucking cheating. It looks like I'm fucking cheating. Okay? I don't understand. Okay? Like, what is going on? Bro, genuinely, it's always against my team, man. It's like, why? Can we do this against other teams just so that we can, not have to deal with allegations? Because I know damn well Spades is going to watch this tomorrow. Spades is going to watch this tomorrow, and he's going to come to me and be like, yo, what the fuck was that? What did you do? And I'm going to be sitting here like, dog, I don't control anything. But it won't matter. Yellow Magikoopa going to be the leadoff here, and he will hit one right into Brown Critter's chest. That will be the first out of the inning. Now we're back to the top of the order, the scariest part of the order for this Flowers roster. Firebro is going to charge and make good contact here, but Blue Critter with a nice jumping grab to find that second out, and now Daisy comes up to bat. Start pitch coming out from a tired Donkey Kong here. Daisy will not swing. Daisy will look off a second pitch, and now it's a 2-strike at bat. Good contact here from Daisy, but it will not make it all the way. It looked like it might for a second. I don't know, should have an easy grab there, and that will do it for the inning. And now we're going into the top of the 6th with the Wilds in the lead instead of the Flowers. Not what we were expecting, I think, at this point in the game. Wiggler, though, on the mound, not the person you expect to see there. Good contact coming out from Hammer Bro, as he will find himself at a single to lead off the inning. We're back to the bottom of the order here. I don't know who got the whole run started in the last inning. Will be caught out by a nice diving grab from Petey Piranha. That's one of the MVP candidates right there. You'll love to see that from him. And now Dixie Kong looking to keep the offense going for this Wild side. Wow, big contact from Dixie Kong. Not what you expect to see out of her. That's a 2-run shot. Who knew Dixie Kong had that in her? Oh my lord, Dixie Kong with a 2-run shot to bring this game to 7-4, and the Wilds are up by 3. here in the top of the 6th. I think part of that comes down to Wigglers on the mound, right? You got Daisy out of the game early. And that's the big thing that's happening here, is that if you can't get Dixie out of the game, or Daisy out of the game early, then you're going to continue struggling. You saw that they were unable to get stuff done against Daisy. But then the second you get Daisy out of the game, the offense starts flowing. Boomerang Bro up to bat with 2 outs. He'll make good contact into right field here. That should be a single for him, but nothing more. Additionally, the Bibble thing. Okay, we're going to have to talk about that. Maybe Bibble placed a bet on the game. Maybe Bibble's doing something that he shouldn't be doing. I don't know what's going on, but I'm not a fan of it personally. I think it's bad for the league. Maybe it's just a bad day for him, but Funky Kong is going to crush one, and Bibble will make the play. So maybe we got to calm it down with the Bibble allegations as he finds that 3rd out of the inning. But the lead has increased to 3 for the Wilds after a Dixie Kong 2-run shot. And now the Flowers coming back to bat. Wiggler to lead things off, followed by none other than Petey Piranha. And finally, we will see Donkey Kong come out of the game. And Tiny Kong will come in to pitch. It's going to go out into right field. Donkey Kong will make the play, safe from the fireball behind that table. Petey Piranha now up to bat into Tiny Kong. Petey Piranha going to make good contact again, but once again, that does not make it far at all. And that is a 2nd out. Petey Piranha 1 for 3 on the day, unable to get things done after that first home run. Green Toad now up to bat. And that will go straight to Blue Critter, and 3 up, 3 down, just like that. We're going into the top of the 7th here. The Donkey Kong leading off for this Wilds roster, trying to increase this lead. And he's going to crush one to left field. Will the buddy jump make it in time? Will, but it will not get high enough. And Donkey Kong with a solo shot of his own to increase this lead to 4. As we now have an 8-4 scoreline, with Baby Luigi being just short of stopping that home run. Brown Critter now up to bat. And Yellow Madge makes a nice jumping catch to find that 1st out of the inning. Blue Critter looking to get on base here, and he will do just that with a single up the middle. Hammer Bro having a decent day so far. Can he expand on it here? He will take strike 1. And then follow that up with great contact. That might just be a home run. Does not look like it's drifting foul, and that'll be another 2-run shot. Hammer Bro with a home run of his own, and you know that's why the Wilds roster wanted to go to this stadium. It's because they saw what they could do against the Muscles last week, hitting a ton of home runs towards the end of that game. And you see them doing it again here as this lead is increased to 6. And we're going to need a big bottom of the 7th here from the Flowers if they want to maintain their perfect record so far this season. Petey Piranha will gobble that one up. So we are going into the bottom of the 7th with the Flowers down 6 and needing a big run. And we're at the bottom of the order. We're in the 6, 7, 8 slots here. Bibble's going to be the leadoff man. If this bottom of the order can find their way onto the base, that would be huge for the Flowers roster. But with Bibble being caught out by Blue Critter's diving catch, things are not looking too hot. We've seen Baby Luigi do well so far today, but he is one of the statistically worst hitters in the league. We'll see if he's able to keep up his good day, and he will do just that as he finds himself a single to get on base. Green Magikoopa and Yellow Magikoopa have both been solid through their earlier games. Yet to show that today. We'll see if they're able to change that around here. They need to now. If they're going to change it, it has to happen now. And that's good contact for Green Magikoopa as he finds one up the middle, and now there's 2 runners on. First and second. Avoiding a double play ball here is crucial for Yellow Magikoopa. But with Tiny Kong at the mound, anything is possible, and that ball's going to get into the outfield. And now the bases are loaded for none other than Firebro. We've seen him have multiple 3-run homers so far through the season. We'll see if he's able to do that again right now. That would be massive for this roster, but instead that ball will be caught by Donkey Kong, and it will not even result in a sac fly, as nobody is able to run there as they all round back to base. Tiny Kong batting here, but that ball is absolutely crushed. It will just barely go foul. That would have been a grand slam for Daisy, and instead she will find herself an RBI single to get things going, which means we now have Wiggler up to bat with the Flowers down 5. If he's able to get a hit here, that means you have Petey Piranha up with the bases loaded, down by 4. Swing and a miss here for Wiggler with a big charge. And after that, he will make great contact to get this ball into right field, and that will do exactly what I'm talking about. We are at a 10-6 ball game with Petey Piranha up to bat. This one could be going to extras. All it takes is a Petey Piranha home run, and we've seen that so many times already this season, it would not even be a miracle. Petey Piranha gonna charge, make great contact. Will that one stay fair? No, it will not. That will just drift foul, and now 0-2 in the count. Star pitch coming out, star hit coming out, but that one is caught by I don't know, and that will do it for the ball game. Petey Piranha with an amazing opportunity to bring that one back, and he just hit it foul. It was just foul. It's so unfortunate for the Flowers fans and for the organization, but if you're a Wilds fan, you gotta be happy to see that. I know I am. And now the Flowers are no longer flawless, which means the only flawless team left in the league is the Muscles. We'll see if they're able to keep that up in the following weeks to come. Let's take a quick look at the box score before we disappear. MVP of the game here is Brown Critter, who had a defensive masterclass, I want to say. Okay, well, maybe not. I thought he did. He had some good defensive moments there. Like, so many balls came to him, but that's not where his points are coming from, apparently. Apparently, they're coming from the batting end. And we see on the other side, yeah, Petey Piranha had some decent batting moments. Bibble had some good fielding moments, apparently, but I don't agree with this. I'm sorry, we got to talk about this, because how is Bibble getting 50 points for fielding after making that many errors? I believe that Bibble single-handedly cost this team 2 runs. And if they're not down 4 there, then maybe Petey Piranha isn't swinging for the fences and is just swinging for contact, right, to get on base. And maybe that changes everything. Okay? So, you know, I mean, the Wilds do claim their 10-6 victory, but you gotta question what was going on with Bibble. You gotta question what was going on with Bibble. I mean, me personally, I'm not happy with that result. Well, I am happy with that result. I mean, I'm the manager of the Wilds. But, I mean, that being said, not what you would expect to see out of the Flowers, specifically out of Bibble, today. That being said, that is our last game of the day. We will be back with more games next week. Thank you very much for tuning in and for all the support again today. Big shout, Nuntrick Pony. You guys been here the whole time. Appreciate you, dog. Anyway, yeah, that's me for the day. Have a nice night, folks, and we will see you next week.